The influence of language on world perception. Language and cognitive frameworks. Language profoundly influences our cognitive frameworks and how we perceive the world. The words and structures available in a language shape the way we categorize and interpret experiences. For example, languages with multiple words for different types of snow can lead speakers to perceive and recognize various snow conditions more distinctly. Sapir-Whorf hypothesis and linguistic relativity. The Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, or linguistic relativity, suggests that language influences thought processes and worldview. According to this theory, the structure and vocabulary of a language affect how its speakers perceive and think about reality. For instance, the way languages handle time or space can impact how speakers experience these concepts. Cultural perceptions embedded in language. Language carries cultural values and norms, embedding them in our perception of the world. Cultural-specific terms and expressions reflect unique societal priorities and perspectives. For instance, the concept of Ubuntu in some African languages emphasizes community and shared humanity, shaping how individuals view social relationships. Color perception and linguistic categories. Research shows that language affects color perception. Different languages categorize colors in various ways, influencing how speakers perceive and distinguish hues. For example, some languages have multiple terms for what English speakers might call blue, leading to more nuanced color recognition among speakers of those languages. Gender and language influence on thought. Language can shape perceptions of gender roles and identities. Languages with gendered nouns and pronouns often reinforce gender distinctions, influencing how speakers understand and experience gender. This can affect social expectations and individual self-perception based on linguistic gender norms. Spatial awareness and linguistic constructs. The way languages describe spatial relationships impacts spatial awareness. Some languages use absolute directions, e.g., north, south, rather than relative terms, e.g., left, right, which can affect how speakers navigate and perceive their environment. This linguistic approach influences their spatial reasoning and orientation skills. Emotional expression through language. Language shapes how we express and understand emotions. Different languages have unique words for specific emotions or emotional states, which can affect how speakers experience and articulate their feelings. This influences not only personal emotional expression but also cross-cultural empathy and communication. Temporal perception and linguistic structures. Languages also influence our perception of time. For example, languages that emphasize past, present, and future tenses can affect how speakers conceptualize and relate to time. This impacts their understanding of temporal events and planning, shaping their experiences of time. Narrative structures and worldview. The structure of storytelling and narrative in a language affects how we understand and interpret events. Cultural narratives embedded in language shape our worldview by framing how we perceive cause and effect, morality, and human experience. These narratives influence individual and collective perceptions of reality. Conclusion. Language's role in shaping perception. Language is a powerful tool that shapes how we perceive and interpret the world. Through its structures, vocabulary, and cultural context, language influences cognition, emotional expression, and spatial and temporal understanding. By examining these linguistic effects, we gain insights into how language molds our perception of reality.